So, I like this song was very much a non-starter for me when I first heard it. This, coming off the back of Cesar Sampson, you'd imagine that, Austria would want to bring their A game. You'd think, oh my God, yeah, like we just came third, like, we should try and win again so we can, bring the contest back to Vienna. Although I'm pretty sure not many of the fans would want to go there because, again, arm and a leg. Um, but on the first listen, this just did nothing for me, which is kind of sad because when Panda was like first released, like as the announced as the like Austrian singer, I had to listen to a couple of her other songs, and Paper Thin, like some of her songs, such as Paper Thin, were like so emotional and so um like personal, and I think I was kind of hoping for something like that kind of vibe that she had given us with Paper Thin and Limits, and I didn't really get that. So it's only been really recently that the song has actually been kind of growing on me, which is kind of sad because I do want Austria to do really well, but it's just kind of it just kind of is in the middle of the road for me, honestly. And it's just such a shame because Panda is just she's so charismatic off like screen, like because I don't know if you guys watched at the London Eurovision party, but I was watching the live stream over at ESC Extra with some of our good friends there, and when Panda was on, she was so funny and she was so like charismatic. She had such a good personality. So to have a song where everything was just kind of quiet and sort of vulnerable, I mean, it's a good kind of contrast, I guess, but it just didn't really do much for me, which is kind of sad. But I do hope that it does well because now that I'm warming up to it, I'm starting to see it for what it really is, and that it's a really really nice, intimate pop song that's kind of like it kind of gives me. I don't know if you guys ever listen to them. Do you know London Grammar?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they kind of give me quite similar vibes to London Grammar. So I'm hoping that like with some like really kind of intimate, maybe black and odd little blinks of blue just to coincide with her hair, I think it would be fantastic. But I'm not holding out too much hope for this. I think if it qualifies, it'll be on the lower end of the qualifiers, and it will definitely not come top 10 unless they have some stellar staging, which is possible for Austria because they've not managed to fail to qualify since coming back to the contest since Conchita won. So we can only really hope at the moment. But yeah, I think I think it's just we'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I feel like the fandom is sleeping on this song actually. Um, I know a lot of people, when they heard this song, it passed them by. On the contrary, it had quite an instant impact on me. I feel like this song would sound um, very at home on one of Robin's albums. Um, I know Penda obviously looks a little bit like Robin, but I think her music reflects a very Robin sound too. Um, I know all the staging will have been worked out by all the delegations by now, but one thing I would like to say is the music video to this song that should be your staging, Austria. I think just just a single camera shot. Penda looking straight into the camera. Really giving all her emotions into the song and film playing behind her. That's all this song really needs. Um, I would like to see this qualify. I realise that I'm up against it here, But I shall keep the faith right up until the last moment.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, when I first heard this song, like I had two very conflicting thoughts in my mind. One thought was that like my subjective part. I was like, oh, this is quite nice. This is a very nice entry. And then the logical, objective part of me thinking, oof, this is just like too esoteric for the contest. Like I was kind of scared for its chances because I was just sort of thinking this is too gentle and too introverted almost, and I saw a video of her playing this on the piano on her Instagram, and it made me appreciate it more because it was just hearing her perform it live, like it kind of elevates the song. It just kind of the emotion really comes through, and it's just like really almost kind of beautiful almost, and like I would really hate for this to break Austria's qualification streak because they've been doing really well for quite a while qualifying, which is almost surprising. And considering they had a bit of a crappy track record back in the 2000s, yeah, it like to think this song could be the one that fails, that kind of upsets me almost. And yeah, I feel like yeah, it definitely lives more in the live studio. I feel like it's kind of a bit more, I don't know, ASMR music, I don't know, but yeah, a bit too mellow. But one thing I do really appreciate is that this song was not written for Eurovision. Like, I might be getting my facts wrong, but from what I've heard, that basically, like, she got selected by the broadcaster, and they were like, okay, send this song, but redo it so it sounds more Eurovision-y, and she was like, no. So the song stayed as it is, and that I have to appreciate that she wasn't going to compromise to make a song more Eurovision-y, and yeah, you have to admire that in a way.
Yeah, it's fantastic, honestly. I think she's the first actual woman, I think, to represent Austria to actually write and compose her own song, I think.
Oh wow.
Which is fantastic, like, which you'd imagine, given that, like, with Austria's such long history in the contest, they would have done it at least by now. So for Panda to be the first person to actually, you know what, stand on her own 2 feet and say, no, I'm not changing myself just to take part in a contest, that's only something that can be admired, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Agreed. Also, on each live performance I've seen her do so far of this song, her vocals have been impeccable. So her performance on the night in Tel Aviv should be absolutely nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You can only hope.
Okay. Anything else on Austria before we do the final scores of the week?
I so want to be able to wear that colour that she's got in her hair and butt. Just no.
Yeah, my hair's going grey, so I'm like wondering if I should just bleach it all, but I've got black hair and bleach does not go well together.
Oh, I've gone bright pink, so I feel like it's only fair now to go to bright blue just to like honor Austria this year.
Oh. Okay, so let's give Austria a score. I'm going to give this a 4.
I'd like to give Austria a 4 as well.
Oh, you're not gonna like me. I'm only giving it a 2.
Oh, the public agree with Rory, actually. It's a 2 out of 5 from them.
Oh.
Yeah, oh well. This happens.